Hey guys, welcome to the winter wonderland. I told you in my last video we'd be getting some snow, and here we are in the greater Atlanta area getting some snow. They said 6 to 8 inches. This is probably going to be 2 or 3, and then it's sleeting already, so it's kind of starting to melt, but it is beautiful. I want to show you around my garden today, a quick little garden tour in the snow, because this might not happen again for another 3 to 5 years. We just don't get snow like this very often. So let's go check everything out and see how things are looking.
So we're just gonna start out on the side of the house where the side garden is and our little bird feeder station. We have all of our incredible hydrangeas looking really nice, and our little green boxwood, what are they? Wintergreen, there we go. Wintergreen boxwood are looking good in the snow. And then we live northwest of Atlanta. So I always say near Atlanta because it is the largest city near us, but we are on the west side, northwest side, about 40 minutes from the city. But our rebloom azaleas are looking evergreen and beautiful, and our boxwood back there with our camellia. And then we have more of our incredible hydrangeas up here bordering the porch, and more wintergreen boxwood. I cannot wait to see these guys in June again. I love Incrediballs in June. They are just such a beautiful hydrangea, just a huge bloom, puffy white like a cotton ball. I love them. And then we're gonna just wind around the little front part of the flower bed right here. There's our bird feeder, definitely frozen over and full of snow. We did give the birds a lot of extra seed this morning so that all these little southern birds can just make it through their snow day just fine. And then this is my beautiful blue hydrangea. A lot of the blooms actually fell off of her, and I'm surprised, but I love seeing hydrangeas with a little bit of snow on top of them. It was sleeting at this point, so it was kind of starting to melt some of the snow that had covered everything, but it was still looking pretty nice. And we have more camellias down there. Those are Yuletide camellia, and then white dove camellia. They didn't have such a great show this year. They need an extra, I need to fertilize them an extra time this season. So I'm definitely going to do 2 fertilizing periods for those camellias to really get them looking great next season. And then here is, of course, the little playhouse covered in snow. I think it looks so cute with snow on it. And our 2B giant rhododendron and azalea bed back there. And then we're just going to pan around and we're going to head to the other side of the property. There's our big oak tree, Laura. My oldest daughter named her, so we just call her Laura. I love the crunchy sound. You guys can't hear it right now because I'm doing a voiceover, but I love the crunchy sound that snow makes. It's just, there's something about it. I guess I should clarify and say the crunchy sound that snow makes when you walk on it. I'll try to put some of that in here. All you northerners are laughing because you guys get this all the time, but for us southern people, this is, it's a big deal. And then we have 2 of our little crepe myrtles and one of our blush noisette roses right there growing on the arbor. The blush noisette really held its leaves for a long time. I think this is actually going to do it in this little snowfall. But then we have our apple tree orchard over there to your right. And I've got another little rose bed with some other things planted in it right here. There is a couple more beautiful crepe myrtles. And we're gonna head on up to the big garden. And I had some watermelon that were still peeking out in the snow earlier, which was really, really funny. Here is a snowman that my daughter made, and she is a much better snowman maker than I am. So thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. She knows how to roll the snowball. I made one, I'll show you guys in a little bit. I made one over by the house, and mine looked more like a snow sandcastle or something. We did use cantaloupe for our snowman's mouth, which I thought was inventive, and some blueberries. And then we have our tea olives back there. They are zone 8, but they should be just, zone 7, 8 actually. Everything I have should be just fine. I don't have any zone 8 plants except for one camellia that's in a container. And there was the big garden. We just swung around really quick. Big garden doesn't look like much right now, just covered in snow. But let's head back to see the chickens in the little chicken coop. This is definitely their very, very first time to see snow. And one of our chickens is actually named Snowy, so it is very fitting. Snowy is actually the most adventurous too, and she was actually the first one to come out of her coop today, and you can see her walking around right there. Perhaps she thought, my name is Snowy, I need to be out here. I don't know. Anyway, the rest of the girls are inside, but we thought Snowy was going to be a rooster for a long time. Well, actually, there's a couple gray ones out too. But she definitely is not a rooster. She is a chicken. When Snowy was a baby chick, it just had different markings, and we just thought, oh no, it's a rooster. But anyway, then we're going to wind back around and look at the rose garden and the peach orchard. So you can see the rose garden up here from the top. And when the snow falls, everything kind of just blends in together. Boy, is that the truth. But rose garden is right down there with the little boxwoods that are peering out and the giant camellia that's in the middle. And then our little dog corral, as I call it, that's the dog's little yard that you're looking at, and our barn back there to the right. And now we're back down on the lower level, and I will say that the snow really shows up great on this brick wall. Just the contrast of the color of the brick and the white snow really, really looks nice. And then we're gonna come up here on there's one shot of the chicken coop from far away. We're gonna come up here on the rose garden and see how it looks up close. There's our little fountain on the left, all covered up for winter. Of course, the giant camellia in the middle. I don't even know the variety because she was here when we moved in, but she'll be blooming around the end of February, early March. She's more of a spring bloomer. And the roses still have some leaves, but like I said, I think after this snowfall, they should all turn black and brown and just fall off, but time will tell. And then there's another shot of our barn back there, covered in snow. And I want to show you guys the woods too, because the woods look so beautiful when the snow is just covering the ground. So we'll head back here and see how it looks. Always amazed me how sound travels so much better when snow has fallen. It just absorbs, I guess, other sound. I don't know, but I can always hear like all the kids in the neighborhood playing even more clear when the snow is on the ground. It was the same way when I lived in Chicago for 9 months out there. You could just hear everything like a pin drop. And then back here, our woods, the rest of the 5 acres that we own is all back there. And there's a few rolling hills, but just a lot of forest where we keep our mowers back there in that little building. And if the baby wasn't in the house with my husband, I would go walking through the forest with you guys, but I needed to make this tour not too long. She definitely wants to be back with Mama. She's in that stage. And then here we are coming back up to the rose garden again, the sidewalk and just everything covered in snow. And then my daughter in front of our snowman again, doing her little snow dance. I think it looks pretty good with the little mouth from a cantaloupe and blueberry eyes and carrot nose. And then this is my little display garden, as I call it, where I change it out for all the seasons with plants and decorations all the time. And it looks pretty cute in the snow too. And then here is my very sad snowman I tried to make myself. That's what happens when a Texan tries to make a snowman. That. So funny. And then I thought I'd show you guys the way it looks just one more time from the top of the front porch. So I'm actually standing on the front porch now, and it just gives kind of a better view of how everything looks in the beautiful white blanket of snow. It's also amazing how bright snow is, like when the sun is shining on it, which it's not right here, but I remember how blinding it was when I did live in Chicago. It's just, you had to wear sunglasses in the winter when the sun was out. It was wild.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this little tour. It will be our only garden tour in January. The next one we'll do will be February, and by then I should have daffodils blooming, probably the first week of February. So thank you so much for joining me once again. I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the thumbs up button for us, and we'll see you right back here next time at the Real Southern Garden. Bye.